Did you just get a special reminder letter in the mail? Yes, I'm talking about the infamous LT38 notice from the IRS, a piece of paper that can easily turn a good day into a stressful one. But fear not. This notice, while certainly attention-grabbing, is not the end of the world. Today, we're going to demystify the LT38 notice, breaking down what it means, why you've received it, and how you can respond effectively. So, what's the deal with the LT38 notice? Essentially, it's the IRS's way of saying, hey, we're getting things back on track after the pandemic, and noticed you have an outstanding balance with us, so let's sort this out. It's not an audit, it's more of a nudge to get you to take action on any tax balance you might have forgotten about or have been putting off dealing with. First things first, read that notice carefully. It's going to give you the specifics of what the IRS thinks you owe and why. Next up, if you've got any missing tax returns, now's the time to file them. This might sound daunting, especially if you're juggling studies, a job, or both. But the longer you wait, the more complicated it can get. There are plenty of resources out there to help you file, and getting this sorted sooner rather than later can save you a lot of headaches down the road. Now, about paying your balance. The best move is to pay in full to stop any more interest and penalties from piling up. But let's be real, if you could pay in full, you probably wouldn't be here. The good news is the IRS offers options for folks who can't pay all at once. You can make partial payments or set up a payment plan, especially if you owe less than $50,000. It's pretty straightforward to set up online, and it can give you some breathing room to pay off your balance over time without it looming over you. But what if you're really in a tight spot, financially speaking? Maybe you're dealing with job loss, unexpected expenses, or you're just not making enough to cover everything. The IRS does have options for those experiencing significant financial hardship. They can temporarily halt collection on your account or even settle your debt for less than the full amount if you qualify. It's worth looking into if you're feeling overwhelmed. Now, onto penalties and interest. Nobody likes them, but they're a reality when dealing with unpaid taxes. However, there's a bit of good news here. Due to the pandemic, the IRS granted penalty relief for specific tax years, which might reduce the amount you owe. It's a small silver lining, but hey, we'll take what we can get. Moving on, for those of you who are thinking, but I already filed my returns, what gives? If it's been more than 10 weeks and the IRS still thinks you haven't filed, you'll need to resend those returns or get in touch with them. And if you're questioning whether you need to file at all, there's a handy tool on the IRS website to help you figure that out. Lastly, if you're due a refund but haven't filed, you might be leaving money on the table. You have a 3-year window from the original due date to file and claim that refund, so don't miss out. I know dealing with the IRS can feel intimidating, especially if you're just starting to navigate your financial independence. But remember, ignoring these notices won't make them go away. Taking action, even if it's just setting up a payment plan, can help you avoid bigger issues down the line. And if you're dealing with special circumstances, like fraud or identity theft, or you're an innocent spouse caught up in tax drama, there are resources and protections in place for you. Don't hesitate to use them. So, there you have it. The LT38 notice might not be the letter you want, but it's the letter you've got. If you've dealt with IRS notices before or have tips for managing tax-related stress, drop a comment below. Your advice could really help someone out.